Hello Taurus, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for the next 7 to 10 days. It's for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Very clear that it is Taurus, but that Aries reading I did, I'm still not quite sure if it wasn't a Taurus reading. On the dice, in terms of what you're likely to be dealing with, is the 10th house energy. The next 7 to 10 days. So that's your public image and your career. You have Capricorn. You may be dealing with a Capricorn. You might want to look at where Capricorn is in your chart. But Capricorn does rule the 10th house, which I think gives this even more kind of oomph. And we've got Mars. There's definitely some rage here. We've got a wild one under the deck. So this can be somebody who's very ambitious. You may be feeling very driven, very angry, very determined, very competitive. And it's in terms of your public image, or it is your career. Now, there is rage here. I mean, literal rage. The wild one, the animal, is under the deck. He's a beast. He's vital. He's following his instincts. They may be kind of like very reactive, as obviously this might not be you, Taurus. This can be interchangeable, and I'm actually speaking to the person that you're dealing with. There is something wrong here and someone is not happy about it at all. Now, it might be a clash with the authorities, or it may be to do with some sort of unkept promise in terms of a contract. There's been, I think, maybe a deal here that somebody is not adhered to. We've got the Judge, which is, the Judge is in the upright. It's the only one that is in the upright, and obviously that can speak to, you know, a legal representative, an actual judge. There's been or some sort of judgment. Someone's stressing about this. The Judgment is in reverse at the base of the deck with the Nine of Swords. So there's been a decision made that somebody is really stressing about, or there's been a poor decision made, or somebody feels they're getting their karma, and I sort of feel they don't understand why, or they don't think it's fair. They think it's mad. There's something, somebody thinks that something's mad in the world, or it may be that their world feels kind of upside down just now. But the Judge is in the upright is what I'm going to say. And so this is somebody who normally does the right thing. I don't know about that with the Hierophant being in reverse, because that is to me the, you know, that kind of energy. The Destroyer is in reverse. The Vow is in reverse here. Now, this can be really self-destructive energy. So I've got two knights here. I've got my Knight of Swords, who is the fastest moving knight in the deck. To me, he's always angry. He's always on some sort of mission. He can easily create, you know, drama and conflict wherever he goes. And I've got the Knight of Wands, who's really fast acting. There's a feeling that somebody wants to go somewhere here, and I think they're being in some way prevented. Now, it may well be because they're tied into a contract. I don't know. I mean, obviously it could represent a marriage. Someone is trying to get a divorce, or there has been a divorce, and the agreement that's gone along with it hasn't been adhered to. You know, there's a court order attached to it, for example, and somebody's broken that promise. They have not kept to the letter of the law in some way, or somebody's trying to escape the rule of authority here. Or indeed there's an abuse of authority here and somebody's fucking raging about it. But the Destroyer can be somebody who's just, you know, on one, you know. But I'm honestly feeling that I can't decide if it's self-destructive in terms of what they're trying to achieve here, or indeed they are actually, they have got some sort of righteous anger. You know what I'm saying? That something has been done wrong, that somebody has broken a promise, or there's, you know, or a contract, and someone is, you know, really, really angry about it. Now, there might be the central energy, basically. I'm reading for the Knight of Swords, by the way. So this is someone who is taking action. The action seems to be kind of going back the way. It's almost like going back to maybe fix something here. Now, I may be in two minds about this, or you may be in two minds about this with the Two of Pentacles, or this is specifically to do with some sort of finances. It's not a love reading, I'll tell you that much, Taurus. There's only the Four of Cups here, which is a really disappointing. This is somebody who's not prepared to compromise on something, and it almost feels like, well, you know, we had a promise, we had a deal, yeah, and there's something, there may be an attempt here with the Death card being the central energy to kind of resurrect something. So even if it has been, you know, agreed, and there's a verdict, or there's a court order, there's an agreement of some sort. I mean, it could be, you know, with your bank or with your employer. There's a feeling I'm wanting to go back, you know, to either resurrect it, saying they're not happy with the decision that's been made. They, you know, they want a retrial, or they, you know, they want to go back into court, because there's weight here. Now, this could specifically relate to some sort of financial debt, but this feels in some way that somebody's hampered in you know, with where they want to go in their life. There's somebody who wants to move. There's somebody who wants to be free, maybe free of a contract, but they're losing faith here. The sort of future energies that somebody is losing faith. We are exiting the reading of the week, you know, week to 10 days, with the 5 of Wands in reverse. So that is, you know, maybe trying to reach some sort of resolution, not prepared, you know, not going to continually fight over this. It feels exhausting. There's a lot of fire energy, there's a lot of rage. In terms of the major arcana, the Magician is sticking out to me, that he is in the upright, you know. And so somebody does have the ability to resolve this. And it may be that they have to go back to something. The 6 of Swords is going back to something. The 6 of Swords being stuck in, you know, your head, or it's not being able to break free or travel or go somewhere. Something's not over, something's not being completed properly, something's not being done properly, or somebody's broken a contract or an agreement, or indeed the law. And that has brought in some sort of weight. Now, that weight could actually be, you know, financial debt. So say this Hierophant could be, you know, the bank, or your employer, or a loan company. Someone's stressing here, and they're under serious pressure. I feel that there's some sort of important contract, and there's anxiety here. So let's have a wee look. I'm using my Kipper deck, because it is a kind of legal type deck, you know. Let's see. I want to see what the Death in reverse is for Taurus. Tell us more about the Death in reverse. Great Fortune. That is a trump card in this deck. That can be enormous wealth, infinite blessings. Oh God, despair. I don't know if somebody's had money taken from them, or there's been something that they've been after. There's somebody wanting to resurrect something because they're not happy with the decision. They're not happy with the decision. The Hierophant can obviously speak about, you know, education, the government, any sort of, you know, maybe religion. Just sort of seeing it as a kind of loss of faith. Shows what the Knight of Wands is up to. I mean, I sort of feel that if someone's been wishy-washy or undecided, or not coming to a decision here, this guy is going to like go through them like a knife through butter. he's seriously on one, like almost saying like, make a fucking decision, but it better be in my favour. The Knight of Swords. What's the Knight of Swords up to? Messy karma here as well. Courtship, so it could be in terms of a relationship. Really not feeling that. That's some sort of meeting or get together. I've got imprisonment under the deck here, so someone does feel limited and stuck in some way, and they're maybe trying to get a meeting, trying to organise a meeting. Maybe they've been given the runaround. Show me the 10 of Wands for Taurus. 10 of Wands, please. I think there's something to do with debts. This might be one of those things, if I mean, if it is a split up or whatever, it doesn't need to be, but it's almost like somebody's been left to, you know, carry the can. Yeah, you know, even if they like, you know, dissolved a partnership or a business, for example, the debts that were attached to it haven't been fairly divided in some way. 10 of Wands. Sudden wealth. Bloody hell. It's a huge amount of money here. Sudden wealth and great fortune. The two big money cards in this deck. And sudden wealth is money that sometimes can come out of the blue. So there might have been some sort of win here, or a windfall, or an inheritance, or a lump sum of money. Oh, why would that be stressful? Why is that a weight on someone? I don't know. Sort of been reminded of my weekly reading with the inheritance and the child. Show me the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is someone who's a bit flighty, you know. It's also someone I always think is like trying to move house sometimes. Change. Somebody wants to make a change here. Somebody wants to go somewhere. And somebody may want to, yeah, there's the Court. This can speak of any sort of legal documentations involving property. So I think somebody wants to move house or sell their property, or, you know, it's part of an estate and they want to sell it and divide the assets, because there's been, you know, obviously a death here and there's a lot of money to be shared, but there's somebody not happy. Or they're just trying to get it resolved. They're just trying to get a final agreement. And maybe there's, you know, there's dissent, there's conflict, there's people not on the same page. I will take more on those. Let me see the Hierophant then. There's a big board. It's like the official kind of person. Oh, it's the main male. Main male's been coming out a hell of a lot in my readings. I mean, I used to be that I think I'd like 95% female. And now it's like 80% 80% female. I don't know. This is a masculine energy. Maybe someone you're in a relationship were in a relationship with. And so it could be very wealthy. Show me the Six of Swords reversed. I'm trying to clear my mind because I'm still hearing Mr. Big Stuff, who do you think you are, from the Virgo reading. Hang on a minute. Six of Swords reversed. Unexpected is all about the money. It's all about the money. Unexpected income. And that is nowhere near what the sudden wealth and the great fortune is, you know. That's like finding, you know, 40 quid in your back pocket. And that's where the disappointment's coming in. And I'm taking you back to my weekly reading again. Apart from the macro picture, there was most definitely, you know, a child there. And someone was putting a stop on the access to their funds, how much they were getting, when they were getting it, because they did not trust that they would do anything good with it. There's like the consolation prize. It's not enough. Four of Cups for Taurus. Four of Cups for Taurus. The marriage. This is a relationship. Can speak just to the state of a relationship, and the state of that relationship is one where somebody's not interested, uncompromising, not taking any offers. Maybe somebody wants to get married and someone's not down with that at all. The Magician message. This is the initiator. So this can speak of any sort of documents, the wealthy man, and the Coffin message. I honestly think that this is something to do with someone passing and where the money goes. So he's initiating something, and it isn't, and because he's pointing up here, he's pointing to great fortune, sudden wealth, and the Death card in reverse. He's trying to bring something back to life. He's trying to resurrect something. Someone is trying to change something here. They don't feel that the letter of the law has been followed. So this could be a case of somebody's instructions in their will have been, you know, not defied, what's the word? Contested. That may be what the Magician is doing. That may be the action someone is taking. Oh shit, here's a plane. Whoa! Oh, my poor doggy. That'll be him shaking like a leaf for 3 hours. Sorry. Five of Wands reversed. It's nice to see it reversed. Five of Wands reversed. Why with the Five of Wands reversed? Five of Wands reversed. There we go. Coffin and the wealthy man. There's something ending here. Or the wealthy man is not the main male. Not usually. So they've got the family room and property in despair. So somebody does not feel that they're getting their fair share. Basically, someone who's really struggling. It's affecting their health. It's making them feel trapped. They want their money. They want things to be fair. And they want to get on with their life. And that's not what's happening here. So it may be that it's, you know, currently tied up in court. There's something to do with documentation here. And the stress is coming from literally waiting on this judgment. I don't know what more you need to know there. Let me see who the main male is. I suspect it's the Knight of Swords, but it doesn't have to be, but it's only because the way I read my 9 box in Lenormand, I use knighting technique all the time. So let's see. Now, I'm not saying somebody's died here because the coffin has got the wealthy man. What kind of ended here is somebody's wealth status, you know. Show me the main male in the reading for Taurus. The main male in the reading for Taurus. I mean, imagine messing with a Taurus's money. I mean, that's just crazy. You know, Taurus likes their money. They like their things. It's really bloody important. He's a pioneer. So, and he's a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. There's a bully. The main male. The main male. He's a martyr. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause or an addiction to self-pity. I don't feel he's in his, as much as the Hierophant is in reverse, and the Hierophant is the Taurus card. He's trying to break new ground in some way. He's trying to create something. He might be trying to resurrect something. It's maybe somebody, you know, who's, you know, had some sort of creative work taken from them. Let me see who the wealthy man is. Could be brothers, the wealthy man, or an uncle. Who's the wealthy man in the Taurus reading? But naturally, it could be the main male. Goddess. Companion. And the wealthy man. Oof. Yeah. I mean, he's rich. It's a Midas. There may be more than one, you know, relationship here. Because the marriage is usually, you know, an established relationship. It has some history behind it. The courtship is a brand new relationship. It's, you know, it's dating. And we've got the 2 of Pentacles here. The marriage, the established relationship, is the one where there's no, you know, pleasure. It's boring. And somebody may want to, you know, get a divorce. That's why the Hierophant's in reverse here. But there's obviously money to be divided. And this wealthy man, who may be the main male, I don't think so though, is maybe got someone else. A goddess, no less. Let's see. Show me the Knight of Swords so I can work out who he is. I do this really for my own entertainment because you already know, don't you? The Knight of Swords. Oh, he's an athlete. He's the destroyer. He is in the upright. I don't see him. I mean, it could be, you know, very temperamental. Yeah, I think he's probably the main male here. He can be destructive ultimately, but I don't really feel that. I actually genuinely feel this is someone who's incredibly driven for success. And, you know, because there may be something unfair here. Gossip. There's somebody talking. There's people talking about this man and possibly another female. So, you know, it might be if it's just one of these, you know, regular straight up divorces. Somebody wants to go to another relationship here. The fact that there might be, you know, adultery in the mix is possibly affecting what, you know, someone is going to get out of the breakup. Is there something to do with a prenup? This could be something to do with a prenup. Don't know why I'm getting that. Because somebody's maybe been burned in the past, you know. They're getting into another relationship and they don't want the same. I want to see what this message is. What's this magician up to with the message? What's the message? A gift. This is some sort of offer. I feel that there is some sort of offer here, but ultimately somebody is not prepared to compromise. I'm really getting that somebody is very fixed in terms of what they will accept. And that's probably why it's, you know, ground to a halt. The message in the magician, please. Love in reverse. Joyfulness. And the wedding. Faithfulness and a friend. So the joyfulness is some sort of, you know, social event here. This is an offer to some sort of social event or get together or meeting. This is what this Knight of Swords is trying to achieve. He's trying to meet with someone. He's trying to meet with someone. Why? Why is he trying to meet this courtship? What's this courtship that he's trying to make happen? Soldier. Oh my god, he's seriously on one. He's wanting to fight. They might want to fight for a relationship, but I mean, it doesn't need to be a relationship. I really don't think it's that simple. I think he wants a meeting, and it's, you know, it's making him sad and aggravated. And, you know, he might be feeling pretty impulsive just now. Somebody wants a new beginning. They may want to marry someone else, someone from their past. But let me tell you some advice. The upshot is someone is on one big time. But we are leaving with the Five of Wands in reverse, which does suggest that there's some sort of at least dissipation of, you know, interference and conflict. Because something ending. Did I clarify that? I didn't, did I? Let's just check. The coffin. What's the coffin with the wealthy man? The coffin. It's ending. It's conflict. Right, there is some sort of gift here. I've got two gifts. There's some sort of offer. I can suggest big luck or an invitation. The coffin, please. Home. This is a gift of property. This is a beautiful home. This is, you know, somebody's getting a new relationship here, a successful new relationship, one that is really important to them. This is going to end, basically. It's got a tidy ending coming very soon. Very soon. Share me the advice for this Taurus I'm reading for. The wise one. Grow within your current circumstances. This is the crone. Taurus, please. Taurus. Too many. Just the crone. The crone is basically saying that you're dealing with people that are irresponsible, and that's not what you're, you know, being brought up to accept or expect. It's obviously saying that there's someone here who's very wise. It can suggest a counsellor of some sort. Just read you. I haven't looked at this for such a long time. the Wise One. And there's more to be done, basically. There's more to be learned. Knuckle down, be reliable and committed, and be open to wisdom and insight from your elders. The wisdom of the Wise One is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed. There is boredom here. But persevere. You're being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability. I'll be the Knight of Wands over here. Sorry. And that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial in the long run. So dig in. Basically, Taurus, it looks like an incredible outcome ultimately. Okay, that's your reading. Like, subscribe, and have a good week.